What I want to offer you today are 3 tips. 3 amazing tips that are going to help your hip hinge become better just like that. As we have now finished up Squat-ober, and what a beautiful month that was, we are now entering into a very special time of year. It is officially, I hope you are as happy about it as I am, Hip Hinge November. And now for some of them out there, we might actually call it Bend Over November, but let's not worry about that. Let's stay scientific, let's stay in the moment, professionalism, Hip Hinge November. So what I want to offer you today are 3 tips. 3 amazing tips that are going to help your hip hinge become better just like that. No matter if you come to Fitness Lying Down, no matter if you go to another gym, if you're experiencing low back pain as you do your hip hinges, if you're experiencing any other issues that you should not be experiencing with the hip hinge, these are going to clean it right up the next time you walk into that gym. So let's talk about the first thing. There is a difference between the hinge pattern and the squat pattern. The hinge pattern, as we enter into the hinge, I have my shins perpendicular, straight up and down, vertical with the floor. In a squat pattern, my shins tend to my ankle angle decreases as now my knees push forward into a squat. So with the hinge, I have that vertical alignment with my shins. In my squat, my trunk stays a little bit more upright, but in my hinge, actually I have more of that bend over position, right? So the angle of my trunk changes depending on if it's a squat or if it's a hinge. And all that is based on leverage. Step number 2, issue number 2, hands. Now here we love to use ultimate sandbags, but we'll use kettlebells, we'll use resistance bands. Whatever you're grabbing onto, you need to grab on like you mean it. I mean, there can be no hesitation in the grip. You cannot just be at 99%. That grip needs to be maximal, a 100% intentional grip. Why is this? Because whether I'm using a barbell, don't want to use it, but if I used it, if I'm using an ultimate sandbag, kettlebells, if I grip tight, all of a sudden what happens is that my upper back becomes locked in. I get that rigidity in my spine, that stiffness in my trunk, and that's what I need to help brace so that my low back is absolutely safe. The big muscles above and the big muscles below are doing the work. All right, last thing, this one has blown people's minds. I have talked to fitness professionals about this. I've talked to clients, and it has changed everything when it comes to how they approach the hip hinge. No matter if it's a deadlift, no matter if it's a good morning, no matter if it's a power clean, no matter if it's a...
You will hear it in the street, you can read it in the press. Do you really want to know what's next?
Where's your body alignment? When you enter into that hip hinge, are you back more heavy on your heels? Or are you on the balls of your feet? Now, when I say balls of your feet, what I do not want you to do is I don't want you to lift up your heels. Keep those heels on the ground. The center of mass should be on the balls of your feet. So your heels are still in contact with the ground. They're still doing their thing. But if I'm back on my heels and I can lift my toes up off the ground and I come up from the bottom position doing that, whew. Here at Fitness Lying Down, you signed the waiver. That's on you. But outside here, don't do that. If I'm down in the bottom part of that hinge position and somebody's pushing me backwards and I'm falling back on my heels, what do I instinctively have to do? I have to push against that. Now I want to push into it enough that if they were to let go of me, I would not topple forward. But now, the difference in the feeling of where your body is and where the strength is coming from. Because now you have that alignment. You have that leverage that you don't have to worry about your low back. All you have to do is worry about moving. And moving is great. From Fitness Lying Down, to all of you at home, let's make this the best Bend Over November ever. You're welcome.